just need it for the watch.
Oh. You're that boring.
For Boyles. I'll call the special common council meeting to order, November 7th, 2016. Notice has been duly posted. Roll call,
Mayor Joe Chilson,
present.
Jim Benash,
Here.
Jim Bilecki,
Here.
Barry Bloomquist,
Here.
Jim Olson,
Here.
Harvey Bertrand,
Here.
Bob Muth.
Here. Okay, approval of minutes from the previous meeting.
So move to approve the minutes from October 11th.
Second.
Motion made by Jim Bialecki, seconded by Jim Olson to approve the minutes from the October 11th meeting. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Item 3, swearing in of the new City of Onalaska police officer, Tyler Tilgies? Tilgies? Tilgis, okay. Sorry, I apologize. Now you got your name in the record 3 times there. And Trevor Carlson. Gentlemen, please step forward. You're swearing in. Well, you can bet I'll never forget that again.
Trevor, are you in first? Would you like to stand on this side of the podium over here?
Good look at this guy. You have to see him out on the road.
And if you'd like to raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Trevor Carlson, having been appointed as an officer of the Onalaska Police Department, swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations. If I could have you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Tyler Tilgis. Having been appointed as an officer to the Onalaska Police Department. Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Very good. Okay, consideration and possible congratulations, officers. Consideration and possible action on the following items. Public hearing on the proposed 2017 executive budget, including the budgets for general fund, special revenue funds, debt service funds, enterprise funds, capital project funds, and community development authority funds. So I will open the public hearing. There's my sheet. Here it is. Thank you. Is there anyone wishing to speak on the budget? Second call, anyone wishing to speak on the budget? Third and final call, anyone wishing to speak on the budget? The public hearing is now closed. Anyone from the Common Council that wishes to speak?
I do, Mayor.
Harvey?
Yes. This has to do with the revenues under, or the tourism revenues, specifically line, sorry, the line below 650, 50s, 49, 131. Is that
Okay.
okay? We have projected for 2017, or budgeted, that is, 723, 175, okay? And the year-to-date, 2016, and the date shown on our budget is through 10/31, and that's 516,367. And while, you know, well, I'll ask Fred a quick question in a minute, but that amount, the 516,367, reflects revenues that takes into account 8%, 8% tax for the full year, okay? If you project that 516,367 throughout the year, you get 619,640. What I did was to contact the managers. Well, first of all, I went back and looked at the minutes from the August 24th meeting, and I wasn't able to get in touch with Sean, but I did contact Brent with, whom I believe you know, with Hampton Inn, and I talked with Judy at Stony Creek, and I was not able to get in touch with the others, but they are very affirmative in saying they expect a flat year compared to 2016. And I see no reason to project anything but an annualized figure for that 2016 activity, which I get to be $619,640. And that is, if we did the 723, that would be an increase of 17%. I simply do not see any reason how that could happen. And so that's my motion to make the 2017 tourism tax 619,640.
So is it my understanding that you are revising the revenue downward?
Significantly.
By how much?
Well, let's see, that's 619. That'd be, well, Fred, what do you get?
I heard 619, I didn't catch the rest.
Well, it was 619, let's say 620. Let's say 620.
It's 103.
103,000?
That's what it is.
If you go from 667 to 620,
That's 47,000.
$47,284 or $285.
Well, yes, but maybe, apparently there's something I'm not seeing here, because I'd appreciate somebody, if there's some straightening out to do, I'd appreciate it, because I don't see any justification for that 723.
Fred, what's your opinion?
Your Honor, I think there's a motion, but there's no second.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second for discussion.
Okay, there's a second. Now, Fred, you can
Okay.
give your opinion.
Back in, when the tourism board met, there are only 2 quarters that have elapsed.
I'm sorry, there are two.
2 quarters have elapsed from the time the tourism board met. Since the budget notices were given to the common council, after that date, the people had until the end of October to pay for the 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter finished in the area of in reference to sales, and I'm going to deal with sales, not because it's just a matter of taking that times 8%. Sales of $8,341,000. If you were to take, which those are factual numbers through 3rd quarter, unlike we did not have that information for 3rd quarter when the last tourism board met. If you were to take the slowest quarter, which is the 1st quarter of any year, which is January, February, and March, and add that sales to the 8.3, and the lowest one was $2,334,000, which was the 1st quarter of 2016, you will get $10,675,000. This budget is put together at a $10,550,000, and with that said, I feel very comfortable with even a little bit of a latitude there that the figures presented in this budget are proper.
So what's the meaning of the 516, 367 then?
That is, you see that the sales, if you were to take $10,550,000 that's indicated in the budget times 8%, that is the allocation of the room tax to the city of Onalaska.
And that's our revenues, correct? 516, as of the end of
No.
October 31st?
These budget books were sent out before the quarter information was received. The 3rd quarter was not complete. Actually, you were missing 2 months' worth when the books went out because there's such a lapse of time from the time the motels have to pay. 2 months to be exact.
Okay, I'm obviously slow on this. So the 516, 367. So can you say how many months that represents then?
Well, what I'm saying is what I'm telling you is they had until the end of October to make the 3rd quarter payments.
And
3rd quarter sales total $8.3 million. $8.3 million plus $2.3 million comes to $10.6 million. 10.6 is higher than $10.5 that's in the budget.
you're saying they had that till the end of October to make the,
Correct.
which apparently they did because these numbers
Actually,
reflect.
Because if it's postmarked, it usually doesn't get here until, because of postal speeding, it doesn't get here till like 3, 4, 5 days into the following month.
Well, if you take, so I look back at the minutes, let's see, the August minutes, and through the end of July, we showed revenues of $317,252. That's on a monthly basis, roughly $45,000. And that's, I really didn't count, that's around six, I believe that's, just a second. 45, 321, 12 times, I'm sorry, 45, 321. That'd be 543,000, you know, for it.
Well, you
So
have
you're
to-
saying
you
that
have
that
to
number's
remember-
incorrect too?
You have to remember, Harvey, I have 4 motels that pay quarterly.
Okay,
Okay, 4 motels that were not in the figures because the quarter was not up. They only pay 4 times a year. And versus the statistics that we have, so there's the 3 months in which the statistics are not going to show the quarterly sales from those 4 entities. And I can tell you, in your budget book, and under the tourism tab, I have a sheet in there clearly identifying $10,550,000 in sales with the methodology used showing the amount of income that would come in. And that is what this budget tonight shows.
Jim?
I'm not,
I appreciate where you're going with this, but his arguments do ring true to me, that they're accurate.
Well, and just a point of order is that the budget is about expenditures, not about revenue. So, you know, we're voting on how much money we can spend.
I'm sorry, our budget's not based on revenues.
No, it's based on expenditures.
I see, but don't we have to cover expenditures with revenues?
Well, that is true, but there's a,
I disagree with you, Mayor. I don't see,
there's a expenditure cap.
sure,
You'll have,
I get that.
and that money coming in from tourism cannot be used by us, just a small portion.
Fine.
There is a motion on the floor.
I think that was for discussion only, right? Correct.
Well, he made a motion to approve, we second for discussion, it's still on the floor.
Okay.
All in favor of reducing the revenue number for tourism, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I did have one thing to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Being on the tourism committee, Harvey, I understand where you're coming from, but I feel very comfortable with the figures that we have in the budget for where we're going with next year. You have to realize, too, this is the first year for the La Crosse Convention and Visitors Bureau, the first year that we're doing the 8%. And it was a bit of a slow period in the beginning, but as I was informed by some of the hoteliers that usually in the fall, especially with the weather that we're having now, things would pick up, and obviously they have gotten to their budgetary concerns. So I do see where you're coming from, but I'm comfortable with the budget the way it is.
Okay. Anyone else before I? Okay, all in favor of the motion to reduce the tourism revenue number, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
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 Motion fails. Okay, do any of the council members wish to modify the 2017 budget? Second call, do any of the council members wish to modify the 2017 budget? Third call. Do any council members wish to modify the 2017 budget? Fred?
If I could add, Your Honor, and maybe it's coming, I just want to make sure we don't miss the window, is the council would have to accept exhibits A, B, C, and D that were proposed and changed at the Finance and Personnel, and the revisions that were made to it, which is attached to your agendas, of which, if they do that, then we would move it back to the public if they would
Yes.
pass it.
Understand. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so who wants to take that on as a, Jim?
I'll make a recommendation, we approve the changes identified as exhibits A, B, C, and D.
Second?
Motion made by Jim Bialecki, second by Jim Benaj, to accept recommendations A, B, C, and D to the executive budget. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Now we go back into public hearing. Would anyone like to comment, make a comment on the accepting of items A, B, C, D? Second call, anyone wishing to comment? A, B, C, and D. Third and final comment. Or third and final call on items A, B, C, and D. Okay, the public hearing is now closed. Now we can consider any so now we can just move on to the item 4, motion made. Okay, to the F&P budget. Go ahead, Jim.
I make a well, it is an F&P budget, it's everyone collectively. But that aside, I make a motion to approve the 2017 budget as proposed.
Second.
Motion made by Jim Bialecki, second by Jim Olson, that we approve the 2017 budget. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay?
Nay.
One nay. Motion carries. 4 to 2 votes, and we had a 5 to 1 vote, so we're good to go, right? Okay. Recommendation. Okay, item 5. Ordinance 1576-2016 to adopt the appropriation budget for 2017, suspend the rules to give ordinance its first, second, third, and final reading.
I make a motion to suspend the rules and give the ordinance number 1576-2016 its first, second, and third reading.
Second.
Motion made by Jim Bialecki, seconded by Jim Banash, to suspend the rules and give ordinance 1576-2016 its first, second, third, and final readings. Roll call.
Harvey Bertrand.
Aye.
Barry Bloomquist.
Aye.
Bob Muth.
Aye.
Jim Olson.
Aye.
Jim Banash.
Aye.
Jim Bialecki.
Aye.
Motion carries. Motion to adjourn?
To give it its first, second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Move to give motion, or move to ordinance number 1576-2016 its final approval.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Jim Bialecki, second by Jim Banash to give it first, second, third, and final reading. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Aye.
nay? Yes?
Roll call, please.
Okay. Roll call.
Bob Muth.
Aye.
Jim Bialecki. Barry Bloomquist.
Aye.
Jim Banash.
Aye.
Harvey Bertrand.
Aye.
Jim Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Jim Bialecki, seconded by Jim Olson to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay? Abstentions? We stand adjourned at 6:23. Thank you, everybody.
Carrie?
Yes.
Will you be calling me tomorrow evening too or not, or is there no need for that?
Oh, boy.
If you would like to be called, we can call you. But tonight was the important night because we needed those 5 votes to pass the budget tonight. So what's your preference?
It's only up to you. I can make it if you want me to.
I got 2 open cans of